Welcome. I'm Gail with Forever Grateful Yoga. Today's practice will focus on sciatica. The sciatic nerve is that nerve that runs through the piriformis, just in your butt, really going down your legs. So some people have a tightness in that area, can constrict that muscle. Some people, it can come from the low back area. So this practice will help either one. And if you have a block handy, we'll use a block. So you can place your yoga block mid-mat off to the side. And we'll get started on our backs today. So lowering yourself down onto your backs, bringing that right knee in towards the chest and the left knee in towards the chest, giving a little hug here. Maybe a little rocking side to side. Maybe some circles on the sacrum in one direction. Maybe circling in the opposite direction. And then coming to stillness, bringing our knees in line with our hips. Our shins are parallel to the earth, our feet are flexed. And the palms can rest softly on top of the knees with the fingers pointing towards the toes. Taking notice of your low back, engaging your abdominal muscles and pressing that low back into the earth. Taking a nice inhale here, softening the belly, maybe softening that lower spine a bit. And as you exhale, pressing the belly in, spine towards the floor, bringing those knees in towards the chest. Inhale, softens the belly, knees are in line with the hips. Exhale, engage those abdominal muscles, press that low back into the earth as the knees come towards the chest. Inhale, softens the belly, knees in line with the hips. Exhale, pulls that belly in, engaging ab muscles, knees towards chest. And exhale, softens the belly, knees in line with the hips. And just continuing at the pace of your breath, a few more rounds, Apanasana. Let's do two more. Take your time. And once you've completed that, right knee in towards the chest, left knee towards the chest. Again, a little rocking side to side if that feels good. Maybe your circles again. Listening to what your body needs today. And then coming to stillness, sole of that right foot to the floor, the sole of the left foot to the floor. We'll come to rolling bridge, extending our arms overhead. So we're going to work with our block today, taking your block lengthwise in between the hips, in between the thighs here. And we're squeezing that block with our thighs. Our feet are about hip distance on the floor. And we'll start with our palms facing down alongside the torso, snuggling those shoulder blades a bit into the upper back. Noticing your low back, beginning to press it into the earth a bit, engaging those belly muscles, the abdominal muscles. And we'll take a nice big inhale here. And as you exhale, press through the feet, begin to raise the arms and the legs at the same time as you peel that tailbone off the earth, the low back, mid back, and then into the thoracic region. Pausing here, a nice big inhale. And as you exhale, slowly lowering down from that upper back region through the mid back, the arms are slowly coming down, coming into that low back region, and then finally to the tailbone. Inhaling here. And as you exhale, pressing through the feet, peeling that tailbone off the earth, the low back, the mid back, the arms are going slowly overhead, coming all the way up to that thoracic region. Taking an inhale at the top. And And as you exhale, bringing those arms slowly up and over as you lower that upper back region, the thoracic region, all the way down to that lumbar region, down to the tailbone. Inhaling here. Exhaling, peeling that tailbone, pressing through the feet, that lumbar region, mid-back region, upper back region to the thoracic region. Inhaling here. And as you exhale, lowering down from the top to the bottom, nice and slow. Tailbone lands last. Inhaling here at the bottom. Exhaling, pressing through the feet, raising that tailbone, low back, mid back, and then the upper back region. Pausing here. Inhaling. And as you exhale, going from the top to the bottom. Two more times at your pace. Inhaling at the top and exhaling to lower down. Pausing at the bottom to inhale. Exhale, reaching up and over, lifting that spine one vertebra at a time. Inhaling at the top. Exhale, lowering down as slow as you can from the top of the vertebrae through the thoracic region, mid-back region, working your way to that lumbar region, all the way down to the tailbone. The spine is on the earth. You can relax and notice. And then removing the block from between the thighs, setting it off to the side, hugging that right knee in, hugging the left knee in, rocking a bit side to side. Maybe those circles again, get what you need. Coming to stillness, we'll extend that right arm overhead. So we softly roll on to the right side, taking a moment here. And then pressing through that left palm, working your way up to seated. And from here, we'll come into our tabletop and we'll do a few rounds of Chakravakasana, a flowy cat-cow. So let's set up our foundation in our tabletop. Our fingers are spread wide. Pointer finger is parallel to the long side of the mat. Biceps are rolled forward so the eyes of the elbow are facing forward. And then our knees are in line with our hips here. And the gaze is down towards the floor. We have a nice long neck. We're pressing through our palms, engaging those abdominal muscles, pulling the belly towards the spine. So we'll start by inhaling here to lengthen our spine. And as you exhale, press through the palms, rounding that upper back. Chin comes towards the chest. The forearms come to the earth first, and then the hips lower back towards the heels. As you inhale, pull through those palms. Lead with your heart space, coming forward, pressing through the palms, coming back to start. Exhale, rounds that back, tucks that chin, forearms to the earth, and then the hips come back towards the heels. Inhale, pulls those palms towards you, resistance as you lead with your heart space, coming forward, pushing up. Exhale, rounds that back, tucks the chin, lowering the forearms, and then the hips come back towards the heels. And just continuing at the pace that feels good for you, working with your breath, creating a nice flow here. Getting the fluid moving into all of the vertebral bodies of our spine today. If you feel like this might be too much, you can always come halfway down and then bring your heart forward and press back up. So there's always modifications, listening to your body today, how it's feeling, and honoring that. Just a few more rounds. Let's do one more round. And once you've completed that, the hips can come back, knees wide, big toes to touch, just taking a child's pose here. And maybe stacking the palms, the fists to rest third eye, maybe stacking the palms, maybe third eye rests on the earth. A few breaths here. Let's take one more breath cycle here. The end of the exhale, pressing through those palms. The knees can come together as you're seated on the heels. And then from here, we'll tuck our toes and come back to this little squat, bringing our palms in closer. And then begin to press through the feet, coming to put the feet on the earth, coming into a bent knee, forward fold here. So our belly's resting on our thighs here. We can place our palms towards the back of our ankles here, maybe the back of our calves here, whatever's feeling comfortable. Your head's really heavy. You can make some circles here if you'd like. Shake it yes, shake it no. Just a few breath cycles, breathing deeply into that low back area. And as you exhale, begin to soften into this shape. Let's take one more breath cycle here. And then on your next inhale, begin to slide those palms up the back of your calves as you slowly start to make your way up to standing. The palms come behind the thighs, the glutes. And then once your shoulders are in line with the hips, you can raise the head, putting your hands onto your hips and just taking a moment to notice. And from here, we'll do a flow. We're going to come up and down onto the balls of our feet. As we inhale, we'll come up. As we exhale, we'll come down. And we'll start to add some arm movement into it. So we'll start by just demonstrating, inhaling up, out to the side 2 times, and then 2 times forward. And then you pick what feels best for you. If your shoulders are bothering you, one way might feel better than the other. So find a focal point on the floor in front of you. On your next inhale, we'll raise up onto the balls of our feet as we raise the arms to the sky, pressing through the big toe mound. Exhale, comes back down. Inhale, reaches up, raises heels. Exhale, comes back down. Inhale, this time arms come forward as we raise up. Whoops. Exhale, comes back down. Inhale, forward again, raising up. Exhale, comes back down. We'll keep doing a few more rounds of this, really reaching. And this is a bit challenging. Sometimes having a chair there and not working with the arms just to start might be good, or doing one arm at a time with your chair, and eventually working your way up. We'll do one more round. And when you've completed that, just shake things out. And then we'll come back down to the floor. So we'll come back doing a forward fold, and then come to seated, and then come to our backs. So hands can come to heart center, Anjali Mudra. On your next inhale, reach palms to the sky. As you exhale, part those arms. You can hold on to your glutes here. Inhale, squeezes those shoulders together. Open your heart space. And as you exhale, begin to sit back, bringing that belly down towards the thighs. Again, coming into a very deep forward fold. We can slide those palms down the outside of the legs towards the floor. And the head can be heavy here. Nice big inhale here, maybe coming halfway up into Ardha Uttanasana. Knees can be bent. And exhale to bring it down, bringing the palms to the earth, and then stepping back, coming onto our knees, seated on the shins here, and then coming down onto our backs. So I'm going to face this way. So coming down onto your backs once again. And let's just bring that right knee in again and left knee. Rock a little side to side. Get what you need here. And then from here, coming to stillness, setting the sole of that left foot to the earth. And then bringing that right ankle on top of that left thigh. We come into our figure 4, pigeon shape. And that right foot is flexed here, and this might be where you stay today. Engage the belly to press that low back into the earth. Interlace the palms behind that left thigh and raising that knee up any amount. So we're beginning to feel a sensation in that outer right hip area. Begin to notice any and all sensations in the area. Begin to send your breath into the sensations. Inhales are flooding into that right outer hip area. Exhales are washing away any tightness, any tension. Just let it go. Breathing into the sensation. Almost as if that hip is doing the breathing itself. You're welcome to stay here in stillness. If you would like to take that left knee a little bit over towards the left, you'll feel a little bit deeper stretch maybe in this area here. And you can also begin to send your breath into that sensation. Maybe make some small circles with that left knee in one direction or the other. And continuing to breathe into the sensation. Continuing to soften, continuing to release with each exhalation. And then coming to stillness, bringing the sole of that left foot back down to the earth, and then taking your arms wide, shoulder height, palms facing the sky, snuggling the shoulder blades into the upper back. Taking a nice big inhale here, And as you exhale, rolling onto that left hip, bringing that right foot to the earth, coming into a beautiful twist here. You're welcome to stay with arms wide. You're welcome to take that left palm to that right inner thigh area, giving it a little push, a little greater stretch. And then depending on how your shoulder feels today, maybe this right arm just stays out here at shoulder height. Maybe it starts to gradually sweep up overhead, and the gaze can follow to the right if your neck is feeling okay today. So pick what's working for your body today, and then just begin to breathe into this shape. And begin to soften, releasing any tension, any tightness with each exhalation. Let's take one more full breath cycle here. And at the end of that exhale, the head comes back towards the sky, the arms open wide to shoulder height. So we bring our hips back to neutral. And then hug that right knee in, hug that left knee in, rock a little bit side to side. And coming to stillness, we'll put the sole of that right foot on the earth, taking that left ankle on top of that right thigh. This left foot is flexed here. And again, taking the arms wide, shoulder height, palms facing the sky. Snuggle the shoulder blades into the upper back. Oh, actually, we're going to raise this first. We're going to raise this knee up. So let's take our palms interlaced behind that right thigh. And lifting that knee up towards the sky, beginning to notice any sensations in the left outer hip area. And you might find both sides to be totally different. If one side seems tighter, you may want to go back and just do the stretch again on the tighter side. So now inviting you to bring your awareness into that sensation that you're feeling in the left outer hip area. Begin to send your breath into that sensation. Inhales are flooding into that left outer hip area. Exhales are washing away any tightness, any tension, gripping. Just let it go. Breathing into the sensation. Releasing tension and tightness with each exhalation. And you're welcome to stay here, continuing to breathe into that left outer hip area. You're welcome to bring that right knee a little bit over towards the right to intensify this stretch a bit. Once you get to your sweet spot, maybe making some small circles in one direction or the other, figure eights, whatever's feeling good for you today. And just remembering to breathe. Just a few more breath cycles. Take one more full breath cycle here. And at the end of that exhale, we can lower the sole of that right foot to the earth, extend the arms wide, shoulder height, palms facing the sky. And again, snuggling those shoulder blades into the upper back, taking a nice big inhale here. And as you exhale, rolling onto that right hip, that left foot comes down to the earth. And you're welcome to stay here in this shape. You're welcome to take that right palm and press that inner thigh of the left leg. And again, noticing your shoulder, how it's feeling today. Maybe you stay right here. Maybe it extends the arm overhead if it's comfortable. And then the gaze can come in that direction towards the left if your neck is feeling okay today. So whenever you get into your final shape, we'll just take a few breath cycles here. Breathing into that left side body, softening with each exhalation. Let's take one more full breath cycle here. And at the end of that exhale, the arms come wide, the gaze is towards the sky as we roll our hips back to neutral and bringing that left knee in and right knee in, again rocking side to side. And then bringing that right arm overhead, rolling over onto your right side, taking a moment to pause. And then pressing your way up to seated. Coming into a comfortable seat. Hands can come to heart center. And I thank you so much for sharing this practice with me today. Namaste.